We're going through with you HD symbol and it's Home Depot. Just type in HD or Home Depot in Google and it's a Nasdaq HD symbol. You can see that's the full name of the firm. You can see the symbol, and if I buy it today, I have to pay 217.36 US dollars for one stock. Now I want to see the market cap. It's in billions. That means it's a big size firm, and it pays dividends 2.5%. Now, dividends means that if a company is paying dividend, that means that it's very good financially. It's financially very strong, which is brilliant, which is a positive sign. After paying its costs, liabilities, loans, and creditors, they still have extra money left. That extra money is paid to shareholders as dividends. So that means they're financially very strong, which is brilliant. Now, I want to have a look when was this founded. It's in 1978. I can also go to Wikipedia and I can find this box, and I can see founded 1978. Okay, and you can just go through yourself. Now I want to see what the employees think about this firm. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this from Google, straight from Google. It's very easy, and paste it here in search bar and type in Indeed reviews, and I want to know what the employees think about his firm. So let's have a look. So I can see there are 47,000 reviews, approximately 47,000 reviews, which is a lot of reviews, and it's 3.8 star, which is nearly 4 star. It's brilliant. It's above average. It's nearly 4 stars, and there are so many reviews. So you can see through the pros and cons yourself. Read through the reviews yourself to know about the firm from inside, and see the photos, any questions and stuff like that. Now I want to go in Glassdoor and I want to see what people have given reviews there. Okay, and I can see that in Glassdoor we have 21,000 reviews, which is plenty reviews, and 3.5 star, which is above average, which is brilliant because there's so many people who have given reviews. And you just read through the pros and cons yourself, what people have to say, the jobs they have advertised, the salaries they're paying, the interviews, questions, the benefits they're giving to their employees, the photos. Just click on it and have a look, photos of inside of the firm and stuff like that. Now I want to go to Justia Patents and I want to see if this firm has any patents. Let's have a look. So I'll just paste this from Google, and I'll search it. Now I'm not interested in inventors because these are people who invented but they don't have full rights. I'm just interested in applicant. I'm just interested in applicant or assignee because these are people who have full rights. Now I will just show you one more thing. If I just Google that, that's the name we are searching, right? But if you just see in the applicant, you can see USA, which is added. So I will search that again and see what appears, and that's the same thing that appears. So it means these both things are same, the both names are same. So just to be careful in case you're wondering, So I can see in 2009 it has applicant, 2009 sorry, patent it has in 2009. So many patents, 2010, 2003, 2009. No, that's a different, that's Avaya, that's a different one. That's not yeah, that's a different firm. So that's not the, so be careful. 2003 they have a patent, then that's a different firm. Avaya is different. 2012 they have a patent. 2009, 2000, stuff like that. Just go to the patent yourself and make sure they have patents in recent years as well, in 2015, 16, 17, 18. That means they're still innovating. So I'll be more interested in recent patents as well. So just look for that as well for yourself. And now I want to go to Yahoo Finance. I want to see their executives and their titles and also their salaries. What salaries are they getting? So let's go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, I'll just paste it here. And now I just want to point out, you can see here Home Depot, Home Depot. I don't know, you might be wondering which one to click because there's so many symbols and the same name. So what I'll do is I'll suggest go to Home Depot, just search in Google. You can see HD is for Nasdaq, that's the symbol. So just click HD, just forget these things. So match the symbol with the name and go to profile, and you can see the sector here, the industry, the full-time employees, everything here. And the best part of this is that we have 5 executives all of their salaries have been shown. That means it's very transparent. We have all the information regarding their salaries. Nothing has been hidden. So which is brilliant because it builds more trust. Now I want to go to macro trend and I want to show you the ratios. Click price ratio and price book ratio and just type in the symbol HD, and I'll explain you briefly. Be patient with this website because sometimes it takes time to load, maybe a minute or two, but don't worry because it it makes your life very easy and it has a lot of data, so that's why it takes time to load, so don't worry about that. But I love this website. Now I'll explain you briefly. If the price book ratio is less than 1, that means the stock is undervalued, it's a discount, it's a sale, it's a bargain, so you must try to buy that time when it's below 1, because you're buying it very cheap. And if it's 1, that means that the stock is of its real price. That means that you're buying it for the real price, and you must still buy that time because at least you're not buying it expensive. So that's brilliant. But if it's more than 1, that means that the stock is expensive. The higher the number goes, the more expensive it gets. Right now it's 0, so it could be right now it's the stock is I don't have the full information actually, I would say, because I don't have information about the book value right now. You can just see the price, the stock price. So I'll just go one step back and I can see in April it says price book ratio is minus 104. So I can see that the book value is in minus and the price is, just forget the minus sign, just forget that for a minute, and you can see it's 104. So if people who bought in April 2019, they paid $203 to buy something that was minus $1.95 worth. So the stock was 104 times more expensive. So just ignore the minus part from price book ratio. Just think it's an absolute number, it's a positive number. And so it means stock was 104 times more expensive to buy, and which is very expensive. But if I see in 2018 September, no, October, it's 149 times more expensive. So if somebody bought that time in 2018 September, they paid $174 to buy something that was you know around $1 worth, which is 149 times more expensive. But if I want to see that in 2009 January it's 1.61, that means somebody who bought that time, they paid $16 to buy something that was $10 worth. Still, it was expensive in 2009, but a little bit more expensive. Right now, it's quite a lot more expensive you know so you need to be careful that even though maybe the stock is doing brilliant, it's brilliant, but are you buying it very expensive? Or maybe you can wait, because if you see around recession in 2008, the price book ratio was very very less. I mean, what it was like, very less figure, low figure. It was expensive, but still it's a low figure. But then after recession it jumped plenty, and especially in 2017, 18, 19, it's a lot more expensive. And maybe you can wait for another recession, maybe 2020 or 21. Just keep an eye on it for it to come down. Now let's go to other ratio and check out current ratio. In current ratio, if it's less than 1, that means stock is very risky, it's very dangerous. If it's 1.5 or more than that, it's very safe to buy. Right now it's 1.05. So it's not less than 1, but it's not 1.5. We are looking at 1.5 or more than that. So this stock is, even though the assets are more than liabilities, but there's no margin of safety. We're looking for margin of safety. So this stock is risky at the moment to buy. Let's look at the previous trends. Has it ever been 1.5 or more than that consistently? Mm, so I can see we have data from 2005 up till now. Since recent 14 years, it has never been a safe stock in terms of current ratio, because it has never been 1.5 or more than that. So it's a risky stock since 14 years. So let's go to debt to equity ratio. In this ratio, we will know if the company is mainly operating on debt or equity. We are looking for 0.5 or less than that for it to be ideal. Right now it's I'll just ignore the minus part. So it's very very risky, because if you just see, it's 14.91 is the ratio. We're looking for 0.5 or less than that. If you just go vertically up, you can see equity is in minus and long-term debt is 31 billion. So it's like long-term debt is 14 or nearly 15 times more than equity. It's very dangerous stock in terms of long-term debt. So the company is mainly operating on debt. So because there's no equity, it's in minus, you know. So if I just go back as well, I can see that that time it's 17.68, which means that the company is still operating on long-term debt. It's a lot of debt. So and you know, it's not about the debt. It means that it's the debt is more than equity, a lot, 17 times more than equity. That's dangerous. So let's look at the back. Yes. So has it ever been zero point 0.5 or below that? Let's have a look. Yes. So I can see that from 2005 up till I would say 2011 January, it has always been zero point 0.5 or less than that. So it was a very safe stock from 2005 up till 2011 January. But after that, it became risky. From 2011 April, it became a risky stock because it's above zero point 0.5, and it has become a lot risky recently in 2018-19 because it's like there's a lot of debt it's generating. And let's go to return on equity. I'm looking for 8% or more than that for it to be ideal. Right now it's in minus, so that's not attractive. Like, if I just see that its return on equity is, it's a lot more than 8% because the equity is minus and the income is positive. And also in 2019 April, equity is minus and income is positive, so there's a lot of return on equity. So that I would say is positive sign because consistently it's been above 8%. So that's what I'm looking for. So that's fine.